Beck and welcome to my twice a year tag. I created this tag and I wanted to do it as a goals check-in for my reading to see what my goals are, what I'm going to pick up next, and if I'm actually enjoying the things that I'm picking up. And if not, maybe I should change them. So without further ado, let's get into this tag. If you want to do it, please do it and let me know. But there are only 7 questions, so let's get started. Starting off strong with question 1 is, how many books do you think you're going to read this year? And I think I'm fairly on track for 80 books. I keep getting like one behind and then back on track again. So I think if I persist and I read a few shorter books as well as longer ones, I might be able to get ahead again, because I was ahead at the beginning, but now I'm kind of breaking even just. This year in total so far, I've read 17 books and I've also did not finished or DNF, so put down 8 books, which seems like a lot actually, but I think putting down books has helped my motivation continue because it means that I'm not dragging my feet and I can move my focus onto reading new and exciting things. I'm hoping to find more new release books that I love because I've reread a bunch of books this year and that's the only reason I've had exciting things. I'm struggling to find exciting new books. So if you have any, please recommend them because I'm really struggling to find stuff and I need more reading motivation. Question number 2 is, have you made a specific reading goal or target this year that you need to look into and keep track of? Yeah, I've made several. My goals videos are always ambitious. One of them was to create more video content, so post 3 times a week instead of 2 times, and I think I've been doing all right. That's fluctuated a little bit, but I've done ultimately more reviews, which is what I was aiming to do. So one week I just posted reviews that were like a minute to a minute and a half long. So I feel quite proud that I could even sit down and smash those out, because filming reviews takes so much prep behind the scenes compared to a video like this where it's just a bunch of questions and I go through and answer them and it's done on the spot. The reviews take a little bit more practice. So it's annoying to film, but it's gratifying because that's how people find me. I am failing one of my goals at the moment though, and that is to post consistently to my Instagram. I think I've posted like 2 or 3 times this whole year. I should have been doing better with this one, but honestly it just slipped off my conscious radar, to be honest. So I think I need to maybe take some more pictures, but yeah, my bad. The other thing that I've wanted to do is read more physical books, or read physically, making time for it more so in my day. And I think I've been able to do that. I finished a few books physically that I didn't think I would be able to get through as quickly as I did. So even reading 20 pages a day, that'll get me to like roughly 30 plus books in a whole year if I stick to that consistent schedule. I've done all right, I think. If I can make myself not scroll my phone and pick up my book instead, that's a win. Question 3 is, how many 5-star books have you read so far this year? The so far is in there because there is hope for the future. I don't have as much hope for my future because there's just so many books that I just haven't loved this year, even though I thought I would like them. Anyway, the 5-star books that I've read are almost all rereads bar one, and that one that was not a reread was a continuation of a series I loved. Frustrating. So the books I loved though were Stormfront by Jim Butcher, Wolf Song and Raven Song by TJ Klune. Both of these were rereads though. And then of course Heart Song, which came out in early March. This was also a 5-star read, not as good as the others in the series, but still up there. So this was my newest one, which is annoying because I just want more new releases to hit that kind of tone. And then we've got Grave Peril, which is the 3rd book in the Dresden Files series. And then last, but definitely not least, is Silver Under Nightfall by Rin Chapeko, which I recently finished my reread of, and I am newly obsessed with it, which would you expect me to be newly obsessed when I reread it so many times recently? No, but I am anyway. That's why I hope Court of Wanderers is good. Question 4 is, what is a popular book that you own but you just haven't read yet? And mine is definitely The Fragile Threads of Power, because I've been meaning to read this for so long, since Christmas, and that might not seem like a very long time, but I have actively been avoiding putting it on to be read lists, and I think April is the time. I put it on my April to be read pile, and I also included it in my magical readathon to be read challenge for the whole month of April. So because this is part of a particular reading challenge and it's not just like, oh yeah, it's on my to be read pile, my mood will be like, no, I do have to read this. Like, I need to hold myself accountable for the magical readathon challenge. So I'm hoping that I can get through this during April. I really hope so. Additionally, I've also got The Will of the Many by James Islington. I've got this one on ebook and I've seen a lot of hype around it, and I've not really loved his books in the past with the Lycanus trilogy, but hopefully with The Will of the Many, because it's a Roman-inspired fantasy, I end up liking it. We'll see what happens, but the ebook is one that I definitely have my eye on, and I really hope that I enjoyed like everyone else enjoyed it. Question 5 is, do you want to reread anything in the next few months? And absolutely yes, I want to reread The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson because Stormlight 5 is coming in December, and let's be real, those books are 1,000 pages each. If I want to reread them all in time, I gotta start now. Question number 6 is, what is a new release that you are anticipating for the second half of the year? And I've answered this in 2 different videos, my anticipated releases for 2024 and also my more anticipated releases when more announcements came out. So those 2 videos really capture all of the books that I'm aware of at the moment that I'm excited for, but I might just single one of those out for the sake of this video, and that is The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. Now I've got 2 books by him on my to be read pile. I loved City of Stairs, so I'm like, don't buy this yet. Just be excited about it, and then if I read City of Blades and Foundryside and I end up loving those, I'm looking forward to getting The Tainted Cup as well. It's a great feeling to know that if I've loved books on my to be read pile, he's got more out there in the world that I can then go and get as well. It's not like I'm at the end of his catalogue, so that is an exciting prospect. And also because I just spoke about Brandon Sanderson, it's been mentioned, you know, Stormlight 5 is coming out in December, but he's also got another book coming out in January 2025, I think, and it's a Cosmere book, so related to his created fantasy worlds already. And usually I would say, oh yeah, I'm so excited about this one, but after reading all of his 4 Kickstarter books and just feeling lackluster about them, I'm actually not as excited about this one as I initially thought I might be, which is a bit disappointing. I might actually just ignore it for a while and wait for the reviews to come out and then see what it's about, and then I might opt in or out, rather than opting in so early and pre-ordering and everything. I'm like, no, I'll save up my money, and if I like it, afterwards, when I can have a bit more of an informed opinion without actually reading it, then I'm going to jump on, because his standalones have really let me down so far, and I'm not keen on spending more money and just receiving disappointment. So that is something I'm going to avoid for a little while. Granted, it's not a release for the second half of the year, it's more a release for next year entirely, but you know, he's announced it, so I'm gonna include it. And then question 7, which is, what are you planning to pick up next, and do you think it'll be 4 stars or above? I am mightily hoping that this is 4 stars or above, because it had bloody better be, and that is Court of Wanderers by Rinja Pecco, pretty much my most anticipated release of this entire year, and if it is not up to standard, I'm going to be heartbroken. I think I'm going to crawl into a cave and not come out for a while. I'll be like a very sad bear hibernating. So that is really like my top tier calling card, like it's got to be good or I'll be distraught. And I know that one is coming out on the 2nd of April, but I am pre-filming this video of like a week and a half early. So at the moment I'm like, I don't actually know what I feel like reading. All of my mind is set on Court of Wanderers, but I also want to read books leading up to that release. I don't want to just park myself and not read anything. So I'm having trouble figuring out what to read next. So cross your fingers for me, because you're watching this in the future. I would have already either like had my inner turmoil and made some decisions. At the moment, I'm just the turmoil. I haven't made choices yet. So hope for me and let me know what you're currently reading. Maybe it will give me some inspiration. But that is it for this twice a year tag video. Again, if you do it, let me know down below. But thank you so much for watching this video. I'll come chat to you down below in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.